almost real, an honest talk between two friends where Josh and
Camilla.
We talk about real life.
The things that are going on, the things that are happening, and how we feel about them? Question mark? We'll find out. All right. Well, what are we talking about today, Camilla? Let's what's trending? What's happening in your life right now, or what's on your mind?
Well, on my mind is a lot of women's problems, basically, because I went to Barbie.
Oh, now we're a review podcast.
Kinda.
Well, what did you think of Barbie? First of all, yeah. I, as a man who just keeps talking over you, tell me your experiences of this feminist work.
Oh, it's a strong description of this movie.
Yeah, maybe too strong.
Yeah. I mean, I was hoping that it might become one of those movies, but I'm happy this movie exists. I'm not 100% happy with the way it was made. Because even though there are some questions being raised and shown that each woman faces today, there are still things that leave me speechless. There are still situations when women always apologize for what they did. And even though their men usually are wrong in the situation, and they still apologize for something minor they did wrong. And there is no sorry from the man, usually. And it's never expected. And I'm like, why? I know it's not a big issue in all the problems that we have as women, but at least in the movie, it could have been shown differently.
Overall, your impressions were?
It's fine. I liked Cam. But I'm very biased because I like Ryan Gosling.
I think the film was fine. It was fine. It felt a little more shallow than I would have liked it to be. There are some big and important topics, and it kind of touches on them, but in a way that doesn't feel maybe as genuine. And I also didn't like that basically everyone is very, very stupid. Every character, every person.
No, Kate McKinnon is absolutely fine. The weird Barbie. She's better than compared to the rest.
I don't exactly maybe understand the messaging of how maybe, yeah, you're right. The only person who was intelligent and clear-headed and understanding of concepts is the weird one, the disfigured and broken. And there might be a weird message in that as well. But yeah, everyone was so stupid in that film. Everyone from the Barbies to the humans in the real world to just everyone was, and I don't mean stupid, dumb, but more, what's the word I'm looking for? They were all wacky, zany characters.
Yeah.
I would say there wasn't a single grounded charcher in the show.
Yeah, no strong personalities. Yeah.
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 Well, it's just everything's wacky, crazy town, right? It's kind of like, you're doing improv and, oh man, this scene that we're on the moon. How weird and wacky is this? And oh, look at me. I dropped all the moon dust and the dust is in the ventilation and now we're moon dying. Yeah. And it's I don't know. I was hoping for more. What I got didn't upset me, but I just was hoping for more.
Exactly. Yeah, that's exactly what I felt. I was hoping that it could, I didn't expect it to be manifest, but I was expecting it to be more vocal, yes. Because the moment I heard about the movie, I was like, this is ridiculous. And especially when I saw, pictures of Ryan Gosling and Margot Robbie, I was like, no, this is ridiculous. I don't like it. But then I kind of sat a bit with this thought, and I'm like, okay, but this could actually potentially be a very strong and vocal movie about women issues, or the real world that we're facing, or inequality, anything, stereotypes, everything. And what I got, they're kind of trying to do that, and I'm happy that they try to do that and that people watch it. But yeah, I wish it was a bit stronger, a bit more real, honest.
And there were a lot of topics brought. Again, I feel like we're dancing around trying not to spoil the Barbie film. But there's that one scene where America Ferrera is giving her monologue about how difficult it is to be a woman. And it I think should feel very like impactful and meaningful. And I'm not saying it didn't. And it just, a lot of it was played for comedy.
Yeah, somehow it didn't feel strong. It was supposed to be like a very, very powerful speech.
And it was just undercut with them like, now we gotta be silly and do this thing. And it just undercut the message, I found. I was hoping for something more poignant, especially in that moment. However, it was still entertaining. I didn't walk away going, I hate this. I walked away going, that was fine. It's fine.
True.
I can understand why people would really, really like it. I can understand why people might not like it. Now, let's shift to topic discussion.
I mean, there is a topic, but I'm not sure
You have a topic, but you don't think I'm ready for the topic?
I can tell you this, but I don't think we want to discuss that on a podcast.
Okay. What's the topic?
So I read, there are some anonymous posts from time to time on Reddit or somewhere else. It's basically a mom's club or something. And there one mom shared that she was having sex while she was breastfeeding her baby. And moms started talking if that's okay.
Oh, so the debate is it okay to have sex while your baby is suckling on your breasts? Which, great tagline. Is it okay? Well, I have no skin in this game. I don't have a child. I've never done that. Would I want to? Probably not. It feels like you would not be as sexually satisfied if you were focusing on another task at the same time.
To be fair, this task doesn't require anything from you but your milk. But the problem for me is because when the child is breastfeeding, you do nothing, basically, but align the child the way that is comfortable for you and the baby. But when you do that, it kind of feels like you're involving your child into the sexual interaction you're having.
Yeah, it feels, to me, like I wouldn't want to do that because it feels like it's a boundary thing.
Yeah.
It just also I don't imagine that it would be pleasurable for anyone.
Yeah. Yeah.
But again, I've never experienced that. I've never tried it. To be honest, never thought about it. So you have more of an expertise in this, Camilla. You talk about this. This is your topic. What are your thoughts on having sex while you're breastfeeding your child?
No, I told you I don't want to. I don't want to put it in a podcast.
It's in the podcast now. We can't cut it out. It's impossible.
No, I think it's a boundary thing, and I think here you're crossing the line as a parent, no matter how old your child is.
Like, your child's not going to remember this. Well, okay, if you're breastfeeding like a 4-year-old, maybe that's too.
No. No. They were talking about like a few months old baby.
They're not going to remember. I'm going to play devil's advocate for this person. But I do want to be fully clear. I'm not in support of this. So the child's not going to remember.
True. Well, they won't remember. You will remember.
Yeah, so what if you're like halfway through sex, right? Things are going great. You're having a great time. Baby cries. You know that the baby wants some milk. Do you stop what you're doing and feed the baby?
Yeah.
Or, hey, option 2.
No, option
what you're
2.
Doing.
No.
Maybe the baby wants a milkshake, not just...
No.
You're so disappointed in me. I think you're upset at how comfortable I am with this conversation.
Yeah, I'm actually shocked. I thought you'll be embarrassed, but you're not. I'm actually happy about it, to be honest.
No, not at all. Not even a little bit. Again, it's not something I've done. If I was like, confession time, Camilla, I'm so glad you brought this up. When I had a baby, no, like my wife and I don't have a kid, and I don't think that's something we would do, or even want to try.
Have a baby?
No, having sex while a baby is full on just gobbling down that milk.
Consent. I mean, consent is very important, even from the first months.
Well, here's again, I'm playing devil's advocate for something I don't believe in. So, yes, the child is consenting. But why am I saying but? No, it should just end there. It needs to just end there.
That's the point. Like,
The child's not going to remember, though. But that's a slippery slope argument.
exactly. Yeah, because after that, I want to tell you stuff which you definitely won't like. Because what you're saying leads to thoughts that you can do anything with the baby when they don't remember.
100%. Yeah. No, I agree with you.
But no,
yeah,
you can't. Yeah, and this is bad.
Maybe the devil doesn't need an advocate, here or ever. If you're advocating for the devil, maybe you're on the wrong side. So, okay, I think we both agree, no sex while having a baby breastfeed on you. What about sex while baby's in the room? Because historically, you would, and not just baby, you would full on, just your children were there. Everyone slept in there was no separate rooms and stuff, right, for thousands of years, if not more.
It's a hard one, yeah. Well, depends on how old the baby is, actually. And if the baby is asleep or not.
So what is the age that it's okay for the baby to be awake while you're having sex with your partner in the same room?
For the baby to be awake? No, okay.
Never.
For me, it would never be comfortable, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, but baby asleep would be okay?
Well, look, to be fair.
Okay, let's be fair.
Let's get real. After
Let's get real.
A woman gives birth, she's
Yes.
teared apart. She can't have sex.
Nope.
Like, no way. And, like, I didn't want to have sex for, like, the first 4 or 5 months at all. Yeah, and I think I kind of tried to force myself into it when I was after 5 months, but I felt really bad. And I was like, oh, no. This doesn't feel good. It almost felt like, you forgot how to ride a bicycle and you kind of had to start to learn over again. But you were like, but I do know how to ride a bicycle. This is weird.
There's some joke in forgetting how to ride a bicycle and then also riding. Anyway, sorry, I digress.
That's all right. Anyway, so let's, so the first 6 months, let's give like half a year, maybe no sex at all. I felt teared apart and I didn't want to have sex at all. So only after like 6 months, I was like, yeah, okay, let's give it a shot. And it was much, much better. And it was like, yeah, okay, that's good. So your baby is already 6 months old. And actually, when your baby is 1 year old, the idea is that you move them to their own room at this age.
I know nothing about this, so I defer to you.
Kind of. There are like a few research that show that until 1 year, it's nice if you share a room with your baby because there is still this high level of infant death, sudden death syndrome thing. So, I mean, and just in general, it's just better if you respond to the baby quicker and stuff like that. So I guess until 1, if your baby is asleep and you do it really quietly, and you don't have like a squeaky bed that would wake the baby up, then probably it's fine. And if you like after when your baby's 1 and he or she are in another room,
then he can have a squeaky bed.
Yeah.
Okay.
You don't have to have a squeaky bed to have a sex.
You have to. If the bed's not squeaking, are you even having sex?
I hate having a squeaky bed while you're having sex. It's really distracting. It's horrible. You're like, for fuck's sake, I'm trying to focus on another thing here. And you're squeaking.
Yeah. Okay. So slight pivot in a slightly different direction. Question for you. And I guess also I'll answer this question as well because it's only fair. We talked about sex with babies in the room, sex with animals in the room.
Oh. We'll never have that, actually. I guess you have more experience.
We have a little cat. She might have seen some things. It's fine. She's fine.
I would be uncomfortable if, like, the animal would be sitting in the room and staring.
Oh, okay. So you don't want to be like a voyeur for a cat or a dog. For a cat or a dog.
It would be like the porn in real life that they're watching. They do understand what's happening.
But here's the thing. They don't understand it the same way we do.
True. I never really thought about that. But I would feel uncomfortable having someone else I generally don't like having sex while someone else is in the room. Unless it is like an agreed threesome or foursome or fivesome.
Hey, okay, so Camilla's got stories. I don't,
but if it was an agreed thing, I would have...
If it's consensual, yeah.
Yeah. Consent with animals. Josh, a question to you. Did you ask your cat?
I firmly believe that animals cannot give consent. However, we weren't doing anything with an animal. Oh my God. What are people going to think about us? I don't care.
Let's probably cut this out.
No, absolutely not. This is content. This is gold. Okay, so I just want to recap. I want to go, so baby asleep up to 1 year. Okay. Mm. Baby asleep or awake, different room, fine as well.
Well, I'm not comfortable. I always want my baby to be asleep, or I want to be in, like, someone will be babysitting my baby, and that will be somewhere else. Yeah, like, I don't know, when my parents are around, and they stay with Alice for some time, and me and my husband would be somewhere else, and we would want to have sex and not sleep, which is not that often, to be honest. Then, yeah. I won't really care if she is awake or not. But, like, if we're in the same house... I mean, if we're in the same house, we usually put her to bed, like one of us. We can't... We still need to wait for each other to kind of do stuff, you know? Yeah.
Yeah, I understand. I think I understand, yeah.
You just have to put your baby to bed, and sometimes they need your full attention until they... are fully asleep. So sometimes they ask you to stay with them in the room, so they will already be fully asleep. Also, like, I have a toddler now. She comes up with lots of ideas what she needs before bed. Like, she wants some water, she wants milk, she wants, like, cuddle, she wants to read a book. And, like, if we leave her room, she would probably call us a few times more just to have all these things. And, like, if you already start something, that wouldn't make any sense. So we usually wait until she falls asleep, and then we're like, okay.
Yeah, fair enough. Again, not something I can speak to. Don't have a kid. Do have a cat. Feels different.
You do have a dog as well.
Yeah, but she doesn't come downstairs. When we had, and this is, again, also live in my parents' house, in their basement suite. But when my parents had their two dogs, yes, and there were some funny moments also that happened with, like, licking of toes. The dogs, like, licked toes. Nothing kills the mood faster than, you know.
I know. No, I don't, actually.
Yeah. Well,
I kind of get the idea, yeah.
Yeah. So, and, like, often, because we are on a different floor in essentially a different, like, apartment, different flat, we often will just leave our door open, right?
Oh.
There's a door upstairs, right? And we purposely have not oiled the hinges, so we always hear the door open.
Smart.
We always know when someone's coming down the stairs. Mm-hmm. But yeah, we very rarely close the doors.
Although you have to think about that.
It is, and it is.
Ooh, because we got into sex. Let's talk about role play. Do you do role play at all?
Do I do role play at all? I do a lot of Dungeons and Dragons every weekend.
No, you know what I mean.
I do. I no, not really. Not since I was younger.
Oh, what?
Well, I don't know. I don't know. I tried it when I was younger, and I was like, it doesn't really feel any different than just regular.
It's just regular fucking.
So I'm assuming that because you asked this question, this is something you do.
No.
Wow, I don't believe you.
We have an issue here. I want to do that, but my partner doesn't really want to do that.
Oh, interesting. What's the role play here? What's the fantasy?
Hard to say. Actually, wait. I had an idea.
Would it help if I told you what I did with my ex-girlfriend from forever ago? Oh, we did teacher-student. She was into that, so...
Teacher-student. No, I did that in real life. That's not interesting.
You did that, yeah, so that's not a...
Well, yeah, I mean, it's very pointless, kind of... Oh, I mean, it's fun when you're young. When you get older, you're like, I should have known better, but like,
Can't go back in time, right?
No.
No regrets.
What? Maybe, I didn't really have any specific fantasy. I was like, okay, let's just try to do something because I wanted to change. Maybe just, I wanted to try dirty talk, but it always ended up in a very it's just comedy. We're just laughing. And it's like, yeah, it's fun, but it's not like what we're trying to get into. Yeah, so I wanted to try dirty talk. Didn't work. Also, this stupid thing when you're trying to say something dirty and your partner doesn't hear you for the first time. And they're like, what?
What? Can you say that again? Slower, please.
Yeah, you feel like so stupid. You can repeat it second time. What if they didn't hear second time? I had this situation once. It's like, okay.
And it pulls you out and you feel, yeah.
Let's just drop it. Yeah, and then I thought I wanted something with not like costumes, but like someone pretending to be a character from something.
Oh, like a TV series where the main character hunts monsters or something, or
and looks like Henry Cavill. Yeah, that's the one.
Yeah, I feel like that's a common one for a lot of people.
I can imagine, but it's very hard to get into the actual outfit of a Witcher. But also, I had a thing for some other characters a bit more than for Witcher. The problem is, what I fear the most now is that I see a character in TV series that I really enjoy, and I'm like, ooh, that's a sexy guy. And then I'm like, ooh, I wish my husband looked like that. And then I compare them and I'm like, but they do look very similar. And I'm like, okay. I don't even have to ask him to dress for that. You remember Sandman?
Yes.
Do you remember the guy who was without eyes, basically?
Do I remember the guy who was... Yes, I know what you're talking about. Yes.
Yeah, one of the...
This is Camilla's taste.
My taste. Hello. My taste in man. But a man without eyes. Perfect. No, that was not the thing. I liked the way he looked, and I actually liked Sandman himself, like the character. But the features I liked in him were him being tall, thin, and with a pointy nose. That's kind of what I already have.
That's your...
Yeah, but I have a very weird taste. And that's kind of true. I don't
know that's a weird taste. Well, the whole serial killer guy thing, maybe yes. But
yeah. I liked the guy, the way he looked, not the character himself. I was not into the serial killer guy. I was into the way he looked. The look. Not the I didn't want to fuck a serial killer. Come on. No. No.
That no would, again, felt very much like a no.
No. A firm no. Firm no.
A firm no. A firm no.
A firm no.
So, you want to introduce a little bit of role play.
I wanted, yeah. It failed.
Wanted, not anymore. No?
No, I'm too tired. Too tired for that.
You got a toddler. The role play is a person who had a good night's sleep. That's who we're role playing tonight.
Yeah.
Let's pretend that we have the energy for this.
Night.
No. We're role-playing. We're role-playing functioning adult humans.
Who is going to snore louder? Let's find out. What can be sexier than a healthy, loud snore?
Is a loud snore healthy?
No, it's not. It's not.
Maybe it's sleep apnea. Yeah.
No, it's not. Definitely not.
No, exactly right. Well, I feel like I should be answering more questions.
True. Is there something about you, I don't know, about what you think is interesting that you're ready to share, or that you were just thinking of that's on your mind? Does it have to be related to all the stuff that we've just talked through?
Well, that's on my mind now. Obviously, that's what I'm thinking about. Okay, well, we're talking about sex. This seems to be an episode about sex. First times.
Oh.
So yeah. I will share my little first time story. You can ask me follow-up questions. I'll do it shortly and succinctly.
Okay.
Mostly because I had a great first time experience. It was fantastic. So, yeah, no, wonderful.
Well, it sounds very promising.
Yeah, I was in...
Unless you're joking.
No. I think I was in my early 20s, 2021, somewhere around there. I was a little bit of a late bloomer, but that's because I grew up very religious and I was saving myself till marriage until I realized how stupid that was. So yeah, my girlfriend at the time, we had talked about it, and I was like, hey, do you want to just skip class in the morning and come over? And she said, sure. So she came over, I went out and I bought condoms and I came back. We had sex. Brilliant. The sex was good. And she was a bit older than me. It was not her first time. And she also had brought M&Ms and sparkling water. So, because she's like, well, you're going to want like a snack afterwards. We're going to be thirsty. We're going to want snacks.
Okay.
Yeah. So
for how long did you have sex?
Including kind of like the build up and stuff, like or just like pure, just intercourse, get in, get out sort of situation.
No, the whole
experience, like 45-ish minutes, probably 45 to an hour, something like that. Afterwards, we had some M&Ms and some sparkling water. Never liked sparkling water before. Now I do. Wasn't a huge fan of M&Ms before, too. Now I like them. Maybe that's a psychological thing. Who knows? Anyway, these are the things I remember. We're lying there talking, and she looks at the clock, and she goes, hey, so we could still make our class? Because we had a class, not the same class, but we had a class at the same time. Is it okay if we, are you okay going? And I was like, sure, I guess. So we drove to our university. I went to my class. She went to hers. She stayed at her class for 15 minutes before she left. And she was just kind of hanging out, waiting for me to finish mine. And I stayed for the full 4-hour lecture class. And I didn't even like the class. And I came out afterwards and I was like, oh man, that kind of sucked. And it was and we just had this. And so I obviously was not focusing. I was thinking about other things. She's like, yeah, I left 15 minutes in and just kind of wandered around the school waiting for you to finish your lesson. Why didn't you leave early? And I was like, I didn't know you were doing that. Anyway, this is before everyone was texting. So there you go. I shared a story. Well, you don't have to. I feel like if you don't have any questions, then I did a good job.
You did a good job. That's true.
Yeah.
I kind of feel bad for not sharing my first story now.
I mean, if you want to, but you don't. You absolutely do not have to.
I had a weird first time, although it was alright. I mean, the funniest thing was that everyone thought that I was having sex with lots of people while I wasn't. And it was becoming an issue for me because I kind of already wanted to have sex with someone, but I was kind of feeling embarrassed because everyone thought that I kind of know what to do while I kind of didn't.
Living up to your own expectations that other people have put on you.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, and so I was like, who can I trust and tell that actually, hey, it's gonna be first time. Anyway, so this happened, and I was in a rock band back in times. The moment after sex, I was like, I said something but that's not even as cool as everyone really wants to do it. Yeah, everyone is obsessed with having sex all the time after the concert, they kind of invite girls or boys over and become a huge orgy. And here I was like, okay, got this experience. It's alright, but it's not something wow.
It's like the Barbie movie, just to bring it full circle.
Well, yeah, it's alright. In addition, first time, I think for women is also very different because it's harder. I didn't really know my body that well. I didn't have penetrative sex before. And fingering versus penetrative sex are very different. So, and only later on I've realized penetrative sex doesn't always lead to orgasmal women. So you kind of have to find out.
Statistically, it very rarely does. It's only 20 or 25% of women experience orgasm through penetrative sex.
That's true. And actually, I even thought that I don't have it. But then I realized that if you change some bits, or for women, it's usually a combination. For me, it's always a combination. It's never one thing. So.
Yeah. I've been reading a book about this.
About what?
Well, it's about going down on women.
Oh, okay.
And a big thing that he talked about at the beginning is, it's only 20-25% of women say that they will orgasm from penetration, whereas 80% or more say from oral sex. So extrapolating that,
Yeah. Well, here's a tricky issue for me because, oral sex with beard, tricky stuff, or even just a little bit of hair on your face. I mean, so it's tricky. So you can't always ask your partner to shave before that.
Well, and you know what? There's certain, I know I don't keep my beard that well, but you can soften the bristles. Here's a male grooming tip for all you men out there about to go down on your women, and congratulations to both of you. Is after you shave or after you get out of the shower, just take a towel and rub it across your beard. It will make it less pointy, pokey, sharp. So even after shaving, if you're just trimming your beard, take a towel, rub it on your face, and it'll make it softer. Also, beard oils and things like that.
I think just the easiest would be coconut oil, actually, because it's one of the most moisturizing oils, and it won't feel weird on a beard. It won't feel weird on a beard.
Yeah, and then it'll be softer and more pleasant.
And it smells nice.
Hey, there you go. Bonuses upon bonuses.
And you can actually cook the oil that you cook with. You can buy the oil you cook with, and you can also use it it's the same oil.
Yes.
Oil.
Okay. So confused there for a second. I thought you were saying put the oil in your beard and then use it to cook with, and I was like, just don't do that. No, Camilla, what? You could take just a little bit of olive oil or grapeseed oil or something as well. Yes. Coconut oil, anything like that. Yes. Now, I'm not an expert in this by any stretch of the imagination. Do your research, find out what's good for your skin, see a dermatologist, all that fun stuff. But the towel trick, I've tried it. Great. Absolutely fantastic. Yeah. Just after you shave, after you shower, rub it on your face. And with that, I'm going to let you take it away, Camilla. You're going to outro us. Why don't you take us out?
Thank you everyone for listening. We've been great. You've been great. We hope you enjoyed this episode. Have fun. Remember not to take things too seriously. And always have fun.
Well, you can't argue with that.